All right. Yeah, let's do this. Trying something different this morning. Oh. We're gonna try YouTube. Just oh, where are we? Live view? Hello? Sorry, I've lost my program to do what Let's View. Not Live View. Let's View. Anyway, we're gonna try YouTube. I've been primarily doing Twitch, and I've tried the other one, so we're gonna try YouTube now. Whoa. Excuse me. Okay. Partially the reason why I wanted to try YouTube is so that way I don't have to like upload stuff to it later. I can just do it all in one go. Anyway, today what I want to do, however, instead of doing character portraits, I want to work on shut up. I want to work on just hands, specifically for this style, for this genre, this EC Comics style. I've got some portraits I'm kind of finishing up, and maybe we might do that towards the end of the stream. I do have some stuff to do later today, and we'll jump in and do that. Or we'll, I gotta leave. File. So let's open up the hand study clip, and then we will start streaming. Make sure I'm doing the right one. There we go. Hey! We made it. All right, there we go. Let's kind of access this thing. Sometimes it's Clip Studio with these large files. It's accessing the image because I save everything to Dropbox, so it's got to kind of go grab that image. Who else can we share this to? Anybody else got self-promo stuff I can... Nah. Oh, hi, Mark. Here, I'll do this. Message failed to load. Okay. Hey, there we go. Finally loaded up. Jeez. So let's just start from the start. Man, I may do this face. I really also like a lot of the inking in this stuff, which is part of the reason why I grabbed a lot of this. Because man, I just love the inks. I'm trying to get better at that. Because obviously inking is helping describe form, and I think I'm not so hot at that just yet. Getting there, but you know, I got a ways to go. Let's do this one here. I'm just gonna add a layer above, and then I'm gonna lower the transparency on that one. I've been using these rusty nibs lately, and I've been really enjoying them. So let's just go with that and grab a rusty nib. Pop it up to about a 17. We should be good to go. Okay. So one of the big things that, you know, actually, let's not do a rusty nib. That's an inking thing. And then I'm going to change my color to red so I can see this easier. Yeah. That might be too big of a brush. Okay, cool. So one of the things I'm trying to break down in all this stuff, and I've seen this in hands, I've studied hands a lot, and how different people do it, and it's like, you're trying to get, it's a box up top, but then it's round on the bottom. That's kind of the big thing with hands, right? And then it tapers here. I'm trying to get, that's what I'm trying to get better at and get in my head, is that box shape. Boom, boom, boom. And they got that little knuckle bump there. But like, if you look, that's rounded there, rounded there, rounded there. And then we've got the box on top. I'm trying to continue to beat that into my head. It's like here. That's why I really like this particular hand. They do, you know, you do need to round, you'll end up rounding this portion off, because of course that's where the knuckle is. But when you start, it's better almost to find the box and then round everything off. Let's see if I have any. Doing YouTube for the first time, so I'm still trying to figure that out. The stream health. I have an excellent connection. The stream is healthy. All right. The thing I don't know about YouTube though is there discoverability like the other programs? That I don't know. So yeah, I'm just finding, so that's where the box is. Like, okay. And I like how this, you know, it stair steps down. So that'll be a thing I need to kind of keep in mind as I'm drawing this stuff. The thumb here is what kind of caught my eye. Kind of one of the reasons why I grabbed it is how, I don't know, this thumb does look a little weird. So we've got the ball of the hand there. We got that pad. That's one of the reasons why I like this era is how like chunky all the hands are. All the hands are like, I don't know, there's something about the weight to them that I've always really enjoyed. Yeah, I wish I could see this backside here, but see how he's got like this portion? It's like I guess if I'm looking at my thumb, yeah, I mean, I guess that's correct. I think because I can't see this backside, but if I look at what's going on here, if I'm extrapolating everything I've learned, like looking at all the other fingers, you would want to bring it out real far, and that's the thumb. That's the back knuckle there. And I think that, yeah, I think that's what makes that hand look so weird, is the fact that you can't see that thumb back there, so it makes it look a little flat. And then some nice shading. It took me 3 hours to shade his upper lip. What's that from, gang? Trying to make sure. Trying to make sure the stream that we can actually see what I'm drawing and what I'm working on. Sleepy time. I was sorry, looking at my Discords. Oh man, I need to turn that off. Yeah, running. And I constantly complain about it, but I always run into an issue where I get, because if you double click, it goes to the eraser, and I just sometimes like I don't want it to be the eraser. I don't need it to be the eraser. Stop going over there, and it causes me a lot of problems. I'll be drawn along, and all of a sudden, it's just too sensitive, I guess. And every time I try to use it as is, I run into where I can't click it. Like, I gotta click it too many times. I'm like, okay, so when I don't want you, you're too difficult. But when I do need you, or when I don't want you, you're too easy. And then when I do need you, that's what she said. Oh, that's a face. I just realized that's a dude going, ah! Oh, no! Ah! Bite my hand. I bite my hand at you, sir. This could also be good to do some clothing studies, since I'm so bad at clothing. I should do that. Anyway, that's pretty good. So again, is that how boxy that is? And that's what I'm trying to look for when I do my own hands. Where's the forms? Where's the boxes? That kind of thing. Like I like, and these are even more interesting because this guy didn't even really go for. He just went for meaty sausages, but I would still like to find, you know, it's where it's meaty sausages, but there is those edges on the top side. And what I like, excuse me. What I like about this one is we can see here the top of the hand where it turns. Right. That side of your hand creates a nice plane. And what I'm trying to also think about a lot of times is like look at how where the knuckles go compared to where the fingers come out. I always used to like really put them together a lot more, and I'm trying to get better at separating those as being different forms and being placed at different levels. But what I feel like I would do differently, kind of based on this, what I'm trying to do, is again, I want to find those planes to this top side and then round it out. You do lose, I think, probably some of the charm. Notice what I did there where I had, I think, the line of the knuckle going that way when all the knuckles are heading in that direction. So that's probably something you could do when, see, that time I just tried to double click to get to the eraser and it was too hard. So one thing I could potentially do is do the mitt, right? And then once we have the mitt down, hey, those where all the knuckles are going to be straight across, and then start breaking it down into each one. You know, I would say what I would prefer. I'm trying to think about this. Like, what would I do differently? Because part of the studies to me is I like these hands. I think they're cool. But I do want to kind of think, like, would I do anything differently? And I think what I would do, so this is the pinky. That's that thumb. So he has this finger back over here. I think what I would do differently is bring this finger up and back down, just to add a little bit of variety to the image. We could bring that knuckle up. I don't know. To me, that's a little bit more. It's a little bit more interesting. What's my stabilization? It's not too bad. Sometimes the stabilization can be too much, and then it throws off the drawing. So yeah, think that's how I would do that differently. And then maybe curl this finger in a bit more. So I'd get that line. I think that's, to me, what it's missing. Well, it has that. It has a good step, I guess. So I'm just curling it in a little bit more. Hello? Okay.
I hardly know how to begin.
But I do want to make sure we keep that step. But I like that better. If I were gonna draw this, something like this. Just give us some fun. Have some fun with it. And that's what I'm trying to also do. I don't want to be too stuck to what exactly they're drawing. I would like to find, well, how would I do this? What's gonna set me apart as an illustrator? Because you get a lot. Well, you're no better than AI, right? Because you're doing just what AI does, and you're just looking at an image and redrawing that same thing. The difference is, from me to an AI, I'm looking at this, making artistic changes and adjustments, bringing my own thoughts to it, and AI can't do that, right? It can't look at this drawing, break it down, go, well, what would I want to bring to the table? What's my interpretation? And that's important. That's what makes things human. Right? Yeah. Alright. Do. So same thing. I'm gonna find my box. I think that's what the box method sometimes is difficult for me. Is this bottom side always? Like, well, don't forget about the bottom side. But it works out. This area always... one of the things that always... when you look at a hand from the front, in the webbing, you can see, it all ends right there and goes around. But when you turn your hand to the back, you see that webbing still, right? So that's a thing that I always tried to... I need to get in my head around more. How much of this form goes to the back that you can see when you turn here, that things overlap. You see that form going back behind this webbing right here, and how much you can see that form go back there. Boop, boop. So knuckle. I would do that knuckle up there. I'm going to exaggerate that one a bit more. I'm going to exaggerate that one a bit more than what the original drawing is. I'm trying to think. My knuckles, this is where that knuckle should be, right? Their drawing's a little... kind of not messed up, but not quite hitting it right. And I think if these knuckles are doing that arc, these need to be doing an arc like that, following that same general arc. Boom, boom, boom. I do like this gap. That's something I should try to break in when I can, are these gaps. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. What do you think? Whoop. I like those hands. Especially like this hand back over here. The one that's below. That's really cool. Oh my god! Here. Give me just a second. And turn that off. Let's see here. How far back can these things go? So I'm checking out scripts. Oh my goodness. Ah! No, all the way back to the beginning. This is the fun part of the stream where I learn some things. There we go. Uh-oh. Oh, that's how you move that. Okay. Cool. I learned how to do things today. Ba, 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 ba. I'm gonna do these hands. These are some of my favorite hands that I see all the time. both the front and the back. I'm gonna check these out. Oh, the audio stream's current bit rate is lower. We recommend using an audio stream bitrate of 128 kilobits. Ooh. So how do I do that? We'll figure it out at a different time. All right. Any rate, so these fingers have this, kind of the same thing. I think that's when we're talking about the box, or when I'm talking about the box method for fingers. It's always hard for me to decide like where that the box ends. Where do I want to make that change? I guess here they've kind of defined it with the light. This shows that kind of the idea behind the webbing, that this finger overlaps here and this goes behind it, because this part, if I'm drawing behind it, that's where the balls of the hands are, and this is where that would be. So I'm trying to keep that in mind, that like here is part of the meat and the bone of the finger there, that line. Get in here, get close. But that's the front part of the finger, the meat, padding rather, and that goes behind that front of that finger there. And we can see here the box. This one has great lighting in the illustration, so we can see like where he was thinking about that turn of the finger is. And then the padding. Ugh. And then knuckle. I like that also too in the finger is like how he did the knuckle there. Knuckle.
Get out of here, get some fresh air.
That's really cool. I like that a lot. Cool. So I didn't finish this one. I'm almost wondering, because I like how he kind of bends that finger in there. It's kind of a dip. Looking at a lot of these, I feel like I do too much with this knuckle here, or give too much distance between that knuckle and the finger. Then that happens a lot when you really break it down. Padding again goes behind. That one goes in front. And then boom. Also like, because he gets that dip here. I really like that part of the thumb. When things are open, you get that divot. And we see just a bit of the padding over here. got that bit of the padding of the palm there. You kind of get this big as it goes into that part where that pad, the big thumb pad there, kind of all part of that right there. And then here, that's so cool. I love this hand, or these hands rather. Then of course, good. There's some really good inking going on this whole thing. I'm trying to imagine, because when I'm looking at this stuff, the biggest thing to me, not the biggest thing, but one of the things that's popping up, or I'm noticing, is, you know, we've got this kind of circle area where our knuckles are, and I feel like I want to incorporate that somehow. So instead of going here and a line, here and a line, and then later doing that. All right, let's approach this as if I were drawing this hand, because I've been kind of starting from these fingers, and that's not how I would do this, right? In an actual illustration. In an actual illustration, I would probably be like this, right? I'd come up. Let me bring my stabilization down even more, real loose. So I'd probably come in here. I'd establish a line for my wrist to find kind of the angle of the arm. I'd find my palm block. And then go from there. So something to think about, something I need to think about and keep in mind is you do kind of the ball of the wrist. You do want to think about that sometimes, that this area is kind of a ball that you need to, or not the ball of the wrist, but the bend of the wrist right there. You want to keep that in mind. Sometimes you do want to make it a ball. If it wrist is turned this way, it's a nice little ball you can draw there to help that form move over. Here it's bent back, so you kind of lose it. But some people will, if you look, my arm goes up, there is a plane here, just ever so slightly before it turns and goes back up. Down, plane, and then back down. I don't know if you can see that in the shadow. At any rate, so that's something to consider, but maybe not right now for this, as we're sketching over this. Anyway, so I would draw that palm there. I would find... Ooh, see, I noticed something I would do wrong now. I would bring this all the way here. And then I'd build my thumb off of it. And that's way too much. Right? Because we're always taught this triangle. Oh, I think I've been doing the triangle wrong. Long side, flat side. Let's think about it over here. The long side here, then the flat. Right? So I think from now on, I have this box to do my hand. Excuse me while I... Got stuff in my eye. Okay. We do want that, but it needs to be the longest side, more or less, is that outside. And then we build the thumb off of that. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. Learn something new. Awesome. I mean, this is what this is all about, right? Is not learning something new, but breaking things down and realizing mistakes you've been making for years and years and years and years. Because you couldn't be bothered to actually pay attention. Sorry, I just want to be able to see this better. Okay. Man, the eraser is way too big. Okay. And then we just build it off. So, at any rate, if I were then there, I'd do here. Just trying to think. Sometimes I would, because I'd want to find the arc, the fingers. I've never been good at big splayed open fingers, but generally I would just start throwing it out there. But I want to start breaking it down now, right? I kind of want to start throwing. Like, I always did cylinders, right? Like, I think a lot of us do cylinders. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. We're going to have to keep playing. The other reason why I wanted to do this particular one is this hand back here. This little guy. Because I like it because it's just kind of a ball shape. And I want to break that down. And it's hard to see. Let me pull this one up just a little bit. It's one of those things like this person had to draw really. Either this image originally was huge, really huge. We're over here today. Interesting. Okay. I was looking up top of the chat. Chat's coming from the bottom. Yeah, we're over here today. I'm just testing everything out. I just want to see what different platforms are like. So yes, you got a problem with that?
Well,
So part of the reason why I wanted to try YouTube is I can, like, it was once the stream is over, right? I can be done, and it will then theoretically upload this whole thing to my YouTube channel, right? Which seems far superior. And then I can potentially download that and cut it up. I don't know. Of course, Twitch has better potential for discoverability, and I don't think there is any that I've seen. I don't think there's any discoverability here. It almost seems like people have to know who you are. You know what I mean? I don't know. So I'm debating. Anyway, so I'm just drawing hands today. Yeah. Which, I mean, if you look, a lot of people they'll stream on Twitch, take the VOD, and cut it up to throw it on YouTube. But that requires me to remember to record my Twitch stream. Maybe that's what I should do. We can stream on Twitch, try to remember to record it, and then once I'm done, upload it to YouTube. If I had a large enough audience, right, you just, well, the ultimate would be to have Streamlabs Ultra, and then I would just stream to all three at the same time and have best of everything. Let's do these hands. The reason why I got these hands is because I want to break down. We got these gnarly hands here. Ooh. I also got these really. Oh goodness gracious! Went too far. We got these softer hands here and here that I want to kind of break down. We've been doing the gnarly hands, so let's look at these. This gets back to like how would I be drawing this? Okay, I'd have this arm here. I'd come down. Boom, boom. I'm gonna start. I think I'm gonna start including a ball here at the wrist always. We'll see. I would then draw the box of my hand. And what did we say last time with this one? We were saying the longest side is facing here for the. Oh goodness, what are you doing? Why is that so huge? Hello? Okay. So I think what I want to do is bring this line here. This line is going out to this knuckle. This is what I want to start doing. So I can start from this point, go out to that knuckle, and that gives me the rest of the finger. The rest of the finger can pull off of that. And that gives me the full pad. Here the fingers are a bit odd. Because he just goes out, he just has basically two. Whoop, whoop. And that creates it gives us that very feminine look overall. Man, my phone just absolutely blew up. Do, 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 do. I think I'm trying to think this through, like this whole streaming. Consistency is the key, right? That's what I always, for a lot of streamers, they're just like, look, it's just about being consistent. So it's almost like choose a platform. Pick one platform. Go from there. So what is the best platform for artists? That would be the research. Like who are you because a lot of people, I mean, I've seen a lot of live Twitch streams, right? Or TikTok for artists. And they seem to do pretty well. Alright, if I throw the ball on here, say we get a ball thrown in there. It's just, how do you get people to follow your thing? We don't see any thumb on this one. It's just all 1, 2, here. 1, 2, back. 1, 2. That's really all he did for that one. Rawr! And he gave her some nails. Got him. He didn't even bother with the thumb on that one, did he? What do you got? We're gonna do we're only doing an hour stream for this one. 8 more minutes and then we're gonna take off. Again, this was just a 1, test out YouTube, 2, draw some hands. Draw some hands. Been meaning to do it. Oh, so this is what we was talking about before with that plane of the hand and how I would do things differently when I look at, because I'm always trying to like, well, how would I? We've got the side of the hand here. We've got this plane here. For me, I think I would. This kind of goes back to where the ball would be, but I think I would make a plane here. It's not. I guess it's not that extreme. It's just extreme enough. I don't know, because the hand, we'd hit here, this plane, and this plane. I think I would exaggerate this a little bit more, where that turn happens. Ew, man, they do suck, but they're everywhere. Hands, they're everywhere. Yeah, I think I'd exaggerate that plane a little bit more, that shift. Extreme. Boom, boom. Right. And this is the other, so it's like knuckles, the knuckles from where the fingers go. So it's like you could sit here and go finger, 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 finger. It's where they're going to come out. And then knuckle, knuckle, knuckle. See, this isn't right. You can already... That's where... Oh, get back. Let's think about where the arc is there. For those fingers, this breaks the arc just because that finger's up. Box. Box. Or the top of the flat of the box. Pad, pad. Pad. It's like, do you do that? I guess you could do that. And then when I ink it, we can go back through and add in the roundness. Because, right, we're just trying to get the basic shapes to begin with. Right, and if that arc is there, that means this arc needs to be there. needs to follow the same. That same arc. They're bones, for goodness sakes. Yeah, and then we can look at that. Be kind of gnarly. So the hope is that I can do all of these studies, and then we'll start doing my own. Now let's draw our own hands and be like, oh, I'm terrible. I've learned nothing. This is an interesting one, right? So we're having the side of the hand. This is where we've talked about the box. So this is at a different angle for the thumb box. But right, it goes out from wherever the wrist is to that knuckle. That's all you need to think about. From the wrist to that knuckle. That's where that edge goes. And here he's having fun. Ooh. I think I'd still flatten that back out. And this is just flat, 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 and then we do our pad, right? Flat, flat, pad. But what's cool about this one is now we're going to start getting into where you can see some of the underside. Because I could pull this knuckle here. Come here. That knuckle, but I've got all that padding there. And all that stuff's flat. And nails. And just cover that in shadow. Man, those are cool. Oh, this is fun. I'm glad I did this hand study. I'm gonna have to, of course, do much more. More studies, keep going. But you can't beat a good hand study. Just a good day of just sitting around and studying stuff. I think this is the only thing I skipped. All these hands. Andrew, thanks for popping by and hanging out. Much appreciated. But I got to get a little bit of food in me before I have to head off to do my thing. Whether or not YouTube will be normal, I don't know. It's hard to say if this is what I want to keep doing. It's hard to say, see? Any rate, I will see everybody later. We will see you by the campfire. Have a good night. Or have a good day. Have a good rest of your day. It's night. I'm always doing things at night, so I always say good night. But instead, have a good rest of your day.